Hey everyone, welcome back to Arpita ki NCERT Kaksha. We are starting with another chapter today from Indian Constitution at Work, the Indian Polity, the Pol Science book of class 11th NCERT. We are starting today with chapter number 5 called Legislature. आज हम legislature से start करेंगे. We have already completed executive. Two organs of the government are left, which is legislative and judicial. These two organs are left. We are going to study these two organs of the government later on, but आज हम start करेंगे legislature से. Very important part of your Indian constitution, a very important part of your Indian polity also. When we talk about the constitution, let's summarize it. Constitution has three main organs: legislative, executive and judicial. In the legislative, we have the president, the parliament. Parliament we are going to study today. It's divided into two parts, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, which is together known as the bicameral legislature. In the executive, we have already studied about Prime Minister, Council of Ministers and the bureaucrats. You are also going to be a part of executive once you clear your UPSC CSE exam. Then comes the judicial, wherein we have the different kinds of courts, the Supreme Court, the High Court, the District Court, the subordinate courts, etc. Basically, it looks after the justice system of the country. Okay, this was the short summary of the three organs of the Constitution. And in the Constitution, we have separate chapter on union government. When we talk about union government, there are two basic organs, two major organs of union government. First is the executive, second is the legislature. In the executive, we have seen, we have read about the president, we have read about the vice president, the prime minister, council of ministers, attorney general of India. We have studied about all of them in the chapter executive, and we know that whatever plans and policies or strategies or acts or programs are formulated, they are implemented by the executive. And we have also studied that in a parliamentary system, executive and legislature are interdependent on each other. That means legislature controls the executive, and in turn legislature is in turn controlled by the executive. And we studied the word executive. It means a body of person that look after the implementation of rules and regulations in actual practice. वो body लोगों की जो कि प्लान्स एंड पॉलिसीज को एक्चुअली इम्प्लीमेंट करती है, मेक श्योर करती है कि जितने भी रूल्स रेगुलेशंस बन रहे हैं वो फील्ड पे ऑन ग्राउंड इम्प्लीमेंट किए जा रहे हैं, वो एग्जीक्यूटिव चेक करता है. इन दिस लेजिस्लेचर वी टॉक अबाउट द डिफरेंट हाउसेस ऑफ द पार्लियामेंट, दैट इज द लोक सभा एंड द राज्य सभा. वी टॉक अबाउट द लेजिस्लेटिव प्रोसीजर्स विच आर फॉलोड टू पास अ बिल को पास करने के लिए या मेंबर्स पे कंट्रोल एक्सरसाइज करने के लिए क्या फॉलो मेजर्स या क्या रूल्स फॉलो किए जाते हैं, प्रोसीजर्स फॉलो किए जाते हैं. एंड देन talk about the committees. Parliamentary committees are involved in legislature. We will at the end of the chapter we'll talk about the committees of the parliament, what do they do, etc. Okay, a committee of a parliament is a very important process. Okay, it's a very important feature of legislative process to appoint committees for different kind of purposes. Okay, so let's get started with this chapter. शुरू करते हैं आज के chapter के साथ. All these flow charts and mind maps are given in the PDF of this lecture. इस lecture के PDF में ना ये सब कुछ आपको mind map flow charts दिए हुए हैं. यहाँ से आप इनको screenshot ले सकते हो या अपने notes के register में draw कर सकते हो. So we are starting with the chapter 5 legislature. When we talk about legislature, we need to understand that legislature is not just a law making body. Legislature सिर्फ एक law making body नहीं है. Law making is one of the functions of legislature. There are different functions that a legislature in our country performs, and one of them function is law making. Okay, and legislature is packed with protest, demonstrations, concerns, cooperations, passing of bills, etc. ये सब कुछ legislature में आप देखते हो. And all these serve very important purposes. A genuine democracy is unconceivable. You cannot think about a genuine democracy without without it being representative, right? Or without a legislature. एक democracy पूरा होता ही legislature से. देखो, we say in our traditional households it is said that a woman, when she becomes a mother, she becomes complete. Right? This is a traditional saying in the traditional household in India, right? एक traditional household में आप देखोगे भारत में क्या बोला जाता है कि एक औरत पूर्ण कब महसूस करती है जब वो माँ बनती है, when she gives birth to a baby, when she nourishes that child, ठीक है, अपने flesh and bone से, अपने blood से वो उस baby को बनाती है, structure करती है, तो वो अपने आप को complete feel करती है. ऐसा हमारे traditional households में कहा जाता है. Same way में अगर हम government की बात करें, यहाँ पर एक parliamentary democracy डेमोक्रेसी तब अपने आप को कंप्लीट महसूस करता है जब उसके पास उसका बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट ऑर्गन कॉल्ड लेजिस्लेचर होता है. सो लेजिस्लेचर इज वन ऑफ द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ऑर्गन ऑफ अ पार्लियामेंट्री डेमोक्रेसी. वी हैव स्टडीड दैट. एंड इंडियन पार्लियामेंट इज द नेशनल लेजिस्लेचर. पार्लियामेंट जो होता है वो भारत का नेशनल लेजिस्लेचर माना जाता है. दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. दीज आर फैक्ट्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर प्रीलिम्स. दिस माइंड मैप इज गोइंग टू हेल्प यू अ लॉट ड्यूरिंग योर रिवीजन. So Indian Parliament it basically consists of the Lok Sabha, it consists of the Rajya Sabha and President. ठीक है, these are the three parts of the Indian Parliament. ये तीन आप बोल सकते हो सब parts हैं Indian Parliament के, लोक सभा, राज्य सभा and President. And at the state level, the legislature at the state level, this is the national level. ठीक है, at the, you write it down, it is at the national level. ठीक है. Now when we talk about the state level, जब हम state level की बात करेंगे, please draw this in your register. At the state level, the legislature, it is composed of the legislative assembly and the legislative council and the governor of the state. At the national level, we had president. At the state level, we have the governor. Legislative assembly, legislative council and governor. National level pe we have Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and president. This is the basic point that you need to understand before we start this chapter. And we know that parliament is the highest law making body. Please write it down. It is the highest law making body. ओके, इंडिया में जो हाईएस्ट लॉ मेकिंग बॉडी है वो पार्लियामेंट है. एंड इन एडिशन टू इट्स लेजिस्लेटिव फंक्शन, इट आल्सो कीप्स अ चेक ऑन द फंक्शनिंग ऑफ गवर्नमेंट, राइट? एंड इट आल्सो हेल्प्स इन पासिंग द कंट्रीज बजट एज वेल. एंड इट हाईलाइट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ द पीपल ऑफ द इंडिया. ठीक है, सो वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट विद, फर्स्ट हम यहाँ पर स्टार्ट करेंगे बाय डिफाइनिंग द फंक्शंस ऑफ लेजिस्लेचर. First of all, legislature is a law-making body. All of the bills and policies are passed by the legislature. सारे policies, bills आपके parliament में pass होते हैं. So it's a law-making body. Second, it is the center of all democratic political processes because the main government, the central government, is appointed by the legislature. It becomes a part of the legislature. So basically, your direct representatives are sitting in the legislature. So it's a very important part of democratic political process. Then it helps people in holding the representatives accountable also because your representatives are sitting over there. So the major function of legislature is to make sure that those representatives which you have appointed are accountable to you so that they do not become monarchical in nature. तो पार्लियामेंट का ये भी फंक्शन होता है कि आपने जिन लोगों को अपना रिप्रेजेंटेटिव अपॉइंट किया है वो आपकी तरफ जवाबदेह हो, अकाउंटेबल हो, ठीक है, ताकि वो मोनार्कियल ना बने नेचर में. This is the basis of representative democracy, that your representatives are accountable and answerable to you. Okay, and it is the most representative organ of the government. All right, and the legislature of state is known as state legislature. National level pe the legislature is parliament, and it is vested with power and power to choose and dismiss the government as well. If the government fails to prove its majority, then the parliament has the power to dismiss the government as well. These are the main basic functions of the legislature. Before we move ahead, here's a small announcement for all of you. Unacademy Plus has launched 20% discount offer on all your UPSC CSE subscriptions. Now, if you purchase the Unacademy combo subscription on Unacademy Plus, you will get all the prices reduced by 20%. Plus, you will get 10% का discount if you use my code ARPITA10. ये code use करके 10% का discount तो आपको मिलेगा ही मिलेगा. Plus 20% off तो already चल ही रहा है इन सभी batches पर. But this offer is for a limited time only. From July 18th till 22nd of July, because आपके 21st July से नए बैचेस स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं, both for pre and mains as well as your optional. ठीक है, optional carnival भी स्टार्ट हो रहा है. And on Unacademy Plus we have launched UPSC CSE Notes 2.0 wherein we are providing set of 20 GS books. हम आपको 20 GS books का set provide कर रहे हैं which will be covering the PYQs with their solutions, mains PYQs, every topic of the syllabus has been covered. Timelines, mind maps, flowcharts will be included in the book so that you can revise very effectively all the subjects before your exam. And current affairs, contemporary issues are also covered here. So if you subscribe to Unacademy Plus today, you will be a part of this wonderful platform which is here to ease your UPSC CSE journey. Make sure कि आप फटाफट से 22 जुलाई से पहले enroll कर ले और इस कोड को यूज करना मत भूलिएगा ARPITA10, जिससे आपको straight away 10% का डिस्काउंट भी मिलेगा. The links are given below in the description box. So when we talk about the parliament, we know that parliament has two houses, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. The Lok Sabha is known as, यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो, it is known as the House of People. Lok means people. Rajya Sabha on the other hand is known as the Council of States. Rajya means states. And both of them become a part of bicameral legislature. So if a state has both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, that means that state is following bicameral legislature. Okay. In some states, unicameral legislature is also followed. कुछ states में unicameral legislature भी follow किया जाता है, जहाँ पर दो house नहीं होते, एक राज्य सभा ही होता है, ठीक है. And this bicameral legislature makes it very possible for every decision to get reconsidered. For example, if certain decision has been taken by Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha will also, verify that decision. Rajya Sabha will also have a say to comment or to express its view over the decision. So a decision will be considered twice, दो बार double check होगा decision. So that is the benefit of having a bicameral legislature. Every decision taken for the welfare of the people is double checked. Okay, every bill and policy that is discussed twice, once in Lok Sabha, then another time in Rajya Sabha, and after thorough discussion, after thorough debate, only that particular bill is passed. So that is the benefit or advantage of having a bicameral legislature. But the states also have the option of establishing either unicameral or bicameral legislature. It is not rigid. That is the benefit of parliamentary democracy. Here, decisions are not forced upon people or states. यहाँ पर आपके पास फैसला करने का फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी है कि आप अपने स्टेट में लेजिस्लेचर बाइकेमरल रखना चाहते हो या यूनिकेमरल रखना चाहते हो. So here when we talk about Rajya Sabha or Council of State, it is known as, please write it down, it is known as the upper house of parliament, and it consists of 250 members. ठीक है, and here it has 238 members. Out of 250, 238 members, they represent the states and union territories, and 12 members are nominated by president. They are nominated by president. तो जो 250 members होते हैं, इसमें से 238 members जो होते हैं वो states और union territories को represent करते हैं, और आपके इसमें से 12 members president के द्वारा nominate किए जाते हैं from the field of art, science, literature, social service, etc. And why these 12 members are nominated from different fields? In order to make sure that those fields also progress in our nation. ऐसा नहीं है कि बस politics की बात की जा रही है, right? Art, science, literature जैसी fields में भी प्रोग्रेस हो रहा है नेशन में, ठीक है, उन फील्ड्स के लिए भी प्रॉपर बिल्स वगैरह बन रहे हैं. इसका जिम्मेदारी इन 12 नॉमिनेटेड मेंबर्स के ऊपर होती है. ठीक है, यहाँ तक पॉइंट क्लियर हो गया. दिस इज अबाउट राज्यसभा और काउंसिल ऑफ स्टेट. देन वी टॉक अबाउट द लोकसभा. Total number of members in Lok Sabha is 552 members. This is the maximum limit. ये 552 members होते हैं आपके लोक सभा में, ठीक है. And elected representatives consist of 530 members to represent the states, and 20 members they represent the union territories, and 2 members are nominated from the Anglo-Indian community. प्रेसिडेंट के द्वारा बाय द प्रेसिडेंट एंग्लो इंडियन कम्युनिटी से 2 members are nominated, 20 members come from the union territories, and 530 members are from the states. Okay, and the tenure here would be 5 years. यहाँ पर members का जो tenure होता है, जो time period होता है of serving, it is 5 years, whereas in Rajya Sabha it is 6 years. Okay, point clear? Now let's move forward. आगे बढ़ते हैं. When we talk about Rajya Sabha, we know it's a second chamber, the upper house. In the, basically it represents the states of India, and it is an indirectly elected body. Lok Sabha is a directly elected body. Rajya Sabha is indirectly. Why? Because the residents of the state, the people living in the state, they elect members to the state legislative assembly first, and the elected members of state legislative assembly in turn elect the members of Rajya Sabha. तो यहाँ पर state के जो elections होते हैं ना, whatever elections takes place in the state, the people who are voting, they are voting for the members of state legislative assembly. And when the state legislative assembly members are elected, they further elect the members of Rajya Sabha, which sit in parliament. दिल्ली में जो parliament है वहाँ पर आके बैठते हैं, वो state legislative assembly के through आते हैं. So here it is an indirectly elected body. Okay, and they are elected for 6 years, and they also can get re-elected. वापस से वो re-elect हो सकते हैं. Now in USA ना, every senate has equal representation, irrespective of the number of irrespective of the population of the states. But here in India we follow a different method. Here the 4th schedule of the constitution it tells about the number of members to be elected from each state, and it has been fixed. ओके हर स्टेट में से जो भी मेंबर्स इलेक्ट होने हैं वो फिक्स किए जाते हैं 4th शेड्यूल के हिसाब से. सो इन 2019 ना क्वेश्चन केम ओवर 7th शेड्यूल. दे कैन आस्क क्वेश्चन ऑन 4th शेड्यूल आल्सो, एंड दिस वाज मेंशन्ड इन एनसीईआरटी. सो प्लीज मेक अ नोट ऑफ इट. इसका नोट अच्छे से बना लीजिए, क्योंकि 7th शेड्यूल से क्वेश्चन आ गया तो 4th शेड्यूल से भी पूछा जा सकता है इन प्रीलिम्स. इन इंडिया, इफ वी फॉलो द यूएस मेथड of representation, that will be very tough. Why? Because in India different states have different population. For example, Uttar Pradesh with a population of 19,98,000 would get seats. I'm just assuming, I'm not say, quoting you the actual population, just an example. If let's suppose Uttar Pradesh has 19 lakh की population, ठीक है, and if we are providing equal states to all, equal seats to all the states, and Sikkim has let's suppose 2 lakh population only, then the framers of the constitution would be in discrepancy. Why? Because UP की population is more, Sikkim की population is less, and still they are having same number of representatives in the Rajya Sabha. That would be wrong. ये तो गलत हो जाएगा ना. So to prevent such discrepancies, states with larger population get more representative than the states with smaller population. Okay? जहाँ की ज़्यादा population है वहाँ कुछ schemes भी ज़्यादा लगेंगी. ठीक है? When the population is huge, the schemes or the policies which are enacted in that particular state should also be different, right? Where the population is less, the demands are also less, so the schemes or policies or programs which are enacted are also different. That is why in India, in the 4th schedule, for each state the number of members to be elected to Rajya Sabha is fixed, and it depends on the population of the state. All members of Rajya Sabha do not complete their terms at the same time. For example, abhi recently I studied that Harbhajan Singh took an oath to be a member of Rajya Sabha. Okay, recently Harbhajan Singh ने oath लिया है, तो इसलिए हर मेंबर ना सेम टाइम पर अपना टेन्योर कंप्लीट नहीं करता. हर 2 साल बाद ना 1/3 मेंबर जो राज्यसभा के होते हैं वो अपना टर्म कंप्लीट करते हैं, और उन 1/3 सीट्स के लिए फिर से इलेक्शन होते हैं. सो राज्यसभा दैट मीन्स इज नेवर फुली डिसॉल्व्ड, इट इज ऑलवेज इन एग्जिस्टेंस. Okay, so that is why it is also known as the permanent house of parliament. इसीलिए इसको हम permanent house बोलते हैं parliament का. In Lok Sabha, if the government falls, then the Lok Sabha gets dissolved. That is why it is not said the permanent house. Rajya Sabha, however, it's called permanent house, and this is the reason why. Okay, they can ask you this question in interview also. Coming towards Lok Sabha. So when we talk about Lok Sabha, here the time period of the members of Lok Sabha is 5 years. यहाँ तो आपको पता ही है, every 5 years when you go to vote, you know about it that Lok Sabha के जो members हैं वो 5 साल के लिए elect होते हैं. So Lok Sabha and the state legislative assemblies, here we see direct elections. I told you ना यहाँ पर that the residents of the state, they vote for the state legislative assembly members. So direct election is taking place, but then the state legislative assembly members vote for the members of Rajya Sabha. That becomes indirect election. So state legislative assemblies and Lok Sabha, here we see direct election by people. And during these elections, during the Lok Sabha elections, the entire country is divided into territorial constituencies, and then it roughly इसमें equal population रखा जाता है इन constituencies में. At present, we have 543 constituencies for Lok Sabha. Maximum it can go up to 552, and there is one representative from each constituency. हर constituency से एक representative आता है, and he or she is given vote based on the universal adult suffrage method. We have already studied this method in chapter number 2. Chapter 2 में हमने ये method अच्छे से पढ़ लिया था. In chapter 1 also we studied this method, that everybody can vote who is above the age of 18, irrespective of gender, caste, community, etc. Alright, so when we talk about the parliament, finally हमने ये देखा, we have studied both the houses. So when we talk about the parliament, we understood that parliament basically performs various kind of functions. What are the functions? Apart from lawmaking, parliament is engaged in the legislative function. What exactly is a legislative function? Here parliament acts as a chief lawmaking body, which approves the legislations. The actual task of drafting the bill is performed by bureaucracy, that is by you. You will become an IAS officer, right, in the future when you will clear this exam. then you will be a part of the actual task of drafting the bill with the minister concerned. जिस भी particular ministry का bill बन रहा है, आप वो bill formulate करेंगे और उस minister के साथ बैठ के जो उस ministry का head है. इसलिए कहा जाता है कि अपने मेंस के आंसर राइटिंग स्किल्स को डेवलप कीजिए, क्योंकि वही स्किल्स आपकी बिल फॉर्मुलेट करने में हेल्प करेगी. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज सेड दैट प्लीज रीड एडिटोरियल्स डेली, प्लीज बी एनालिटिकल, डोंट क्रैम थिंग्स, डोंट रट्टोफाई थिंग्स, बिकॉज यू आर गोइंग टू ड्राफ्ट बिल्स इन द फ्यूचर. ठीक है, दैट इज वाई आउट ऑफ द 10 lakh students only few thousand or few hundred students clear the exam, because those students have mastered the art of analytical thinking. ओके तो ये जो फिल्टरेशन प्री मेंस और आपका इंटरव्यू का फिल्टरेशन होता है ना, ये इसमें कौन कौन फिल्टर होता है, वो निकल जाते हैं जो नॉन सीरियस हैं, जो रट्टा लगाते हैं, जो एनालिटिकली सोचते नहीं है, उन्हें चाहिए कि हमें कहीं से फॉर्डर मिल जाए लिखने के लिए, और वो लोग आगे क्लियर करते चले जाते हैं जो खुद से अपना दिमाग लगा के सोचते हैं, एनालिटिकली सोचते हैं, सोल्यूशन ओरिएंटेड होते हैं, हर प्रॉब्लम का उनके पास सोल्यूशन है, और सोल्यूशन नहीं है तो सोल्यूशन ढूंढने का जज्बा है. ठीक है, तो ऑल ऑफ दीज क्वालिटीज मेक यू अ पार्ट ऑफ ब्यूरोक्रेसी विच इज गोइंग टू ड्राफ्ट बिल्स इन द फ्यूचर. And parliament basically approves those legislations because they trust on your instinct, they trust your knowledge, your analytical skills. उन्हीं लोगों को इस सेवा में उनका चयन होता है जिनके ऊपर पार्लियामेंट तक भरोसा करता है कि भाई इसने दिमाग अपना पूरा यूज किया होगा, सारे प्रोज एंड कॉन्स लगाए होंगे. Okay, point clear? So the parliament enacts the legislations for the country, and the actual task of drafting the bill we have understood. The substance and the timing of the bill is also decided by the cabinet of ministers. जो आपके elections में आप vote करते हो जिनको, फिर cabinet of ministers is formed, the prime minister is selected. Okay, so that cabinet ministers, they decide over the timing of the bill, the substance of the bill, and no major bill is introduced in the parliament without the approval of the cabinet. So members who are other than ministers, they can also introduce the bills, but they have no chance of being passed without the support of the government. So here the cabinet, the bureaucracy and the government is very important when it comes to passing on the bill. बिल को जब पास करने की बात आती है तो लेजिस्लेचर में, पार्लियामेंट में आपको याद रखना है कि ब्यूरोक्रेसी, कैबिनेट और गवर्नमेंट का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल होता है. ठीक है, बट द लेजिस्लेचर हियर कंट्रोल्स द टैक्सेशन and also controls the way the money is used by government. जो आपका लेजिस्लेचर है उसका एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शन ये भी है, दिस इज नोन एज द फाइनेंशियल फंक्शन ऑफ द लेजिस्लेचर, दैट इट कंट्रोल्स द टैक्सेशन एंड द वे द मनी इज टू बी स्पेंट बाय द गवर्नमेंट टू इंश्योर दैट गवर्नमेंट इज नॉट मिसयूजिंग द मनी. Okay, so for example, the budget, the annual financial statements, in all of these, parliament's approval is very important. It also grants resources to the government to carry on with its programs and acts and policies. Okay, so we have so far studied the legislative function and the financial function. ये दो functions हमने पढ़ लिए. The next function is control of the executive. We'll study about it in the later part of this chapter. There are different measures through which the parliament controls the executive. अभी हम पढ़ेंगे, इसको यहाँ hold पे रखते हैं. ठीक है, then we have studied the financial function here, हमने financial function पढ़ लिया. Then the next function is representation. Parliament represents the different views from different regional, social, economic, religious groups and different parts of the country through the nominated members, through the different members elected from the states. ठीक है, then the next function is the debating function. You must have heard about so many debates happening in Lok Sabha, in Parliament. Parliament is the highest forum of debate in the country, and without debate you cannot achieve to a particular solution. If there are issues, you can solve them through debates. There is no limitation on the power of discussion. Here in Parliament, members are free to speak on any matter without any fear, because this makes it possible for the Parliament to analyze each and every issue that faces the nation. So remember that the debates constitute the heart of democratic decision making. Write it down. Debating constitutes the heart of democratic decision making. इसको प्लीज लिख लीजिए. ठीक है, this will help you a lot in your answer writing. Then we have the constituent function. Now the parliament has the power of discussing and enacting changes to the constitution. We know that पार्लियामेंट के पास ये पावर है कि वो डिस्कस करता है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में जो चेंजेस आने चाहिए, उन्हें इनैक्ट भी करता है, एंड दोज आर इनैक्टेड थ्रू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट एक्ट्स. there are different constitutional amendment acts na, so they are approved by special majority of both the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, remember that, and that happens in the parliament only. Then the electoral function, parliament performs some electoral functions like it elects the president, it elects the vice president, that is going on in the news currently, presidential elections are going on, vice presidential elections start होने वाले हैं, तो ये electoral function भी parliament करता है. Then judicial functions are also a part of the parliamentary functions through which it exercises control over the executive. Okay, judicial functions like considering the proposal for removal of president, vice president or judges of high court and supreme court. If the members want to remove the judges of supreme court or high court or president or vice president, the impeachment procedure are carried on in parliament. So judicial function भी parliament perform करता है. Okay, these are the different functions of the parliament. So the Indian parliamentary system owes its origin to the Westminster system of UK. UK के Westminster system से हमारा origination होता है parliament का, ठीक है. And we know that the Indian parliament has an executive branch also, ठीक है. The executive branch comprises of the prime minister, cabinet ministers and administrative machinery, which is the IAS officer, the IPS officer, the IRS officer. Then the Indian parliamentary system has a legislature also. Bicameral legislature में Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha are included. Okay, and Lok Sabha here is accountable to the people of the country. Rajya Sabha is accountable to the people of the states. Okay, and यहाँ पर PM, cabinet ministers, they all together they form the government. All right, point clear. Lok Sabha could initiate no confidence motion against government also. ठीक है, नो कॉन्फिडेंस मोशन से क्या होता है, देन द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट हैज टू शो इट्स मेजॉरिटी, and if it is proved they will stay in government, but if it is not proved then they have to leave the government. They are accountable to the Lok Sabha, government is accountable. And here we have the prime minister as the head of the government and president becomes the head of the state. So this is the summary flow chart of the Indian parliamentary system. You can print it out and you can revise it, stick it to your study table. इससे क्या होगा, आपका Indian polity sum up हो जाएगा. Now coming on to the law making decision power, or you can say the bill formulation or passing of the bill power. When we talk about the question how does the parliament make laws, this flow chart is going to be very important. How does, write it down, the parliament, how does the parliament make laws? Parliament laws कैसे बनाता है? So the basic function of any legislature is what? It is to make laws for its people. Basic function क्या होता है किसी भी legislature का? laws बनाना. Please write it down. Basic function of legislature, it is to make laws for the people. ठीक है, लोगों के लिए laws बनाना. So there is a definite procedure in the parliament which is carried out to frame laws. Okay, एक basic procedure होता है जिसके through laws बनाए जाते हैं. So here you will see, यहाँ पर आप देखोगे, a bill is introduced in either house in case of non-money bill. मान लो अगर non-money bill है, money bill नहीं है, तो किसी भी house में introduce कराया जा सकता है. Either you can introduce it in the Lok Sabha or in the Rajya Sabha. Then the bill is sent to committees or it is discussed in the house itself. If it is sent to the committee gives a report on the bill, the pros and cons of the bill. Then the house may or may not accept the report. सदन अगर मान लो राज्य सभा में इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ तो राज्य सभा एक्सेप्ट करेगा या नहीं करेगा. There is detailed discussion and debate which is conducted on the bill, and then finally the bill is either accepted or rejected. Whatever the decision is, that decision is sent to the other house. If Rajya Sabha ने decision दिया, it will be sent to the Lok Sabha, and the other house will give its recommendations. If the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha are stuck on the agreement of the bill, राज्य सभा कह रहा है कि भैया पास करो, लोक सभा कह रहा है नहीं करो, दोनों बीच में टाई हो गया है, समझ नहीं आ रहा है क्या करें, then the discussion will be referred to the joint session of the parliament to resolve the dispute. If there is a dispute between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha regarding the bill, then joint session of parliament will be conducted, and then the bill will be sent to the president. Without president's permission the bill cannot be passed. प्रेसिडेंट के परमिशन के बिना तो बिल लॉ बन ही नहीं सकता. सो प्रेसिडेंट, इफ प्रेसिडेंट अप्रूव्स द बिल देन बिल बिकम्स लॉ. इफ प्रेसिडेंट रिजेक्ट्स द बिल देन इट इज अगेन सेंट बैक टू द हाउस फॉर रिकंसिडरेशन. दिस इज द एंटायर प्रोसीजर ऑफ कन्वर्टिंग अ बिल इनटू अ लॉ. All right. Now when it comes to a non minister proposing a bill, मान लो एक हाउस में मिनिस्टर जो है वो जो इंसान है वो मिनिस्टर नहीं है, जस्ट अ मेंबर नॉट अ मिनिस्टर, ही इज प्रपोजिंग द बिल, देन इट इज नोन एज द प्राइवेट मेंबर्स बिल. Discussions goes on daily on private members bill. Okay. And when the bill is proposed by minister, it is known as government bill. अगर नॉन मिनिस्टर है और बिल प्रपोज कर रहा है तो प्राइवेट मेंबर बिल हो गया. अगर मिनिस्टर है, अगर वो बिल प्रपोज कर रहा है तो वो गवर्नमेंट बिल बन जाता है. दैट इज द बेसिक डिफरेंस बिटवीन द टू. Then there are some special powers which are given to Rajya Sabha and some special powers given only to Lok Sabha. We will discuss that also. Because if a question is asked what is the basic difference between Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, you have to mention that also. We know that Rajya Sabha is the institutional mechanism which provides representation to the states, because it is called Rajya Sabha, Council of States. तो ये states को representation provide करता है. ठीक है. So here, if Union Parliament wishes to remove a matter from state list, there are three kinds of list: state list, concurrent list and union list. Union list comes under direct control of central government. State list comes under the control of state government. Concurrent list comes under the control of both state government and central government. Okay, तो यहाँ पर ये तीन लिस्ट होती हैं, सब्जेक्ट होते हैं, डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट्स which are to be governed in a country, which are listed in the list. So if Union Parliament wishes to remove a matter from state list, मान लो Union Parliament चाहता है कि भाई कुछ matters state list से निकाले जाएं, ठीक है, which only state legislature can make law on, to either the union or concurrent list. If the parliament is saying this matter should be removed from the state list and should be given to either concurrent or either the union list, in that case the approval of Rajya Sabha is necessary, because you are changing the subject, you are taking out a subject from state list. तो उस केस में राज्यसभा की परमिशन जरूरी है, अप्रूवल जरूरी है. दैट मेक्स राज्यसभा स्ट्रॉन्गर because you are respecting the viewpoint and opinion of the Rajya Sabha also. So that adds to the strength of Rajya Sabha. So for example, in this spheres like passing non-money bills or constitutional amendments or impeaching the president, in that case both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are equal. मान लो कोई नॉन मनी बिल है, उसको पास करना है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट निकालनी है, ठीक है, हमें कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का कुछ पार्ट अमेंड करना है, प्रेसिडेंट वाइस प्रेसिडेंट जैसी पोजीशन पे जो लोग बैठे हैं उन्हें इम्पीच करना है, तो उस केस में लोकसभा और राज्यसभा दोनों का ओपिनियन इंपॉर्टेंट होगा. नाउ व्हाट आर द स्पेशल पावर्स गिवन टू ओनली लोकसभा? सी, लोकसभा कैन इनिशिएट, कैन रिजेक्ट एंड कैन अमेंड द मनी बिल्स. राज्यसभा कैन नॉट. दैट इज अ स्पेशल पावर गिवन टू लोकसभा. मनी बिल की जब बात होती है तो मनी बिल को इनिशिएट करना, इंट्रोड्यूस करना, रिजेक्ट करना या अमेंड करना लोकसभा कर सकता है, राज्यसभा नहीं कर सकता. एंड काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू व्हाट? To Lok Sabha and not to Rajya Sabha. In this particular chart we have seen it. The government is accountable to Lok Sabha, not to the Rajya Sabha. Okay, so that means Rajya Sabha can criticize the government but it cannot remove the government. Rajya Sabha criticize कर सकती है government को but remove नहीं कर सकती, वो power Lok Sabha के पास है. And Rajya Sabha is elected by MLAs, not people directly. That is why also, we say that people are the final authority, because Rajya Sabha MLAs के द्वारा elect किया जाता है, लोगों के द्वारा directly नहीं. इसलिए राज्य सभा के पास government को निकालने की, remove करने की power नहीं है. All right. Now there are different types of bills. We have studied the government bill and the private members bill. Then we have the non-money bill and the money bill. We have ordinary bill and constitution amendment bill. Now constitution amendment bill जो होता है आपका, it amends the provision of the constitution and it is introduced in either of the house, Lok Sabha also, and you can introduce it in Rajya Sabha also, but both of them are going to participate in this bill. That you have to remember. Then we talk about the money bill. Money bill की बात आती है, कहाँ गया, ये रहा, ठीक है. मनी बिल इज ओनली इंट्रोड्यूस्ड इन लोकसभा. प्लीज राइट इट डाउन. मनी बिल सिर्फ लोकसभा में ही इंट्रोड्यूस किया जा सकता है. इट इन्वॉल्व्स टैक्सेशन, बोरोइंग, गवर्नमेंट फंडिंग, पेमेंट और विड्रॉल ऑफ मनी फ्रॉम कंसोलिडेटेड फंड और कंटिजेंसी फंड ऑफ इंडिया एटसेट्रा. देन वी हैव द ऑर्डिनरी बिल. ऑर्डिनरी बिल कैन बी इंट्रोड्यूस्ड इन लोकसभा ऑल्सो और राज्यसभा ऑल्सो. इट इज एनीथिंग अंडर द यूनियन एंड कंकरेंट लिस्ट. जो यूनियन लिस्ट होती है और जो कंकरेंट लिस्ट होती है, उनके अंदर जो भी टॉपिक्स हैं उसके ऊपर आप ऑर्डिनरी बिल निकाल सकते हो. These are the major kinds of bills that you have to remember. And if the central government that has been formed, it is formed of coalition government. ठीक है, मान लो कोई मेजोरिटी पार्टी नहीं जीती, कोalition government बनी है, तो उस केस में if the bill has been proposed by government, it has to be acceptable to all the partners of the coalition. If it is not so, then the government will fall down. ठीक है. And once the cabinet approves the policy behind the legislation, then the drafting process can start. जब कैबिनेट अप्रूव कर देता है कि ठीक है इस बिल को बनाने के पीछे जो आपका मकसद है वो सही है, इंटेंशन सही है, पॉलिसी सही लग रही है, तो इस केस में ड्राफ्टिंग बिल की शुरू होती है। एंड ड्राफ्ट ऑफ एनी बिल इज प्रिपेयर्ड बाय द कंसर्न्ड मिनिस्ट्री। किसी भी बिल का ड्राफ्ट बनाना है वो सिर्फ वो कंसर्न्ड मिनिस्ट्री ही बनाती है। फॉर इंस्टेंस, अ बिल रेजिंग द मैरिजेबल एज ऑफ गर्ल्स फ्रॉम 18 to 21, it will be prepared by the law ministry. The Ministry of Women and Child Welfare will also be involved, but उसे बनाएगा लॉ मिनिस्ट्री, क्योंकि आप एज जो है मैरिजेबल एज है उसको आप चेंज कर रहे हो, तो उसमें जो मिनिस्ट्री कंसर्न होती है वो पार्टिसिपेट करती है ड्राफ्ट बनाने में, ठीक है। And then there are different committees which are established in the parliament. I told you this. यहाँ पर we have seen this. यहाँ पर हमने देखा है that in legislature the parliament also performs the function of controlling of executive through various committees. So what are the purpose of the committees? ये committees का purpose क्या होता है? Committees are known as miniature legislature. Why? Because a large part of the discussion on the bills which are drafted, they take place in the committees only, and the recommendation of the committee is sent to the house. That is why they are known as miniature legislature. This is the second stage in the law making process. Okay. Second stage क्या होता है लॉ मेकिंग प्रोसेस में? फर्स्ट स्टेज इन द लॉ मेकिंग प्रोसेस इज दैट यू कैन पुट फॉरवर्ड योर policy that you want to implement in the nation, and all the partners of the coalition are accepting it, or the government is accepting it. Then you send it to the cabinet, and then from the cabinet it is sent to the committees. That is the third stage, and from the committee it is sent to for the voting process, both the houses. And final permission of president is taken to pass that bill, to convert that law into bill. Okay. And if the two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, are showing disagreement, then I told you earlier also that joint session of parliament is conducted. Okay. Now another important point is that a money bill can be introduced only in Lok Sabha. I told you that also previously कि मनी बिल ना सिर्फ लोकसभा में ही इंट्रोड्यूस होता है, राज्यसभा में नहीं. एक बार लोकसभा से पास हो जाता है, देन फिर उसे राज्यसभा में भेजा जाएगा. And Rajya Sabha has the power to either approve the bill or suggest changes, but Rajya Sabha cannot reject it. That is why the final authority in money bills case is with the Lok Sabha only. Now there is a very important topic from prelims perspective and from mains perspective also, which is parliamentary privilege. What is parliamentary privilege? It is a legal immunity. Please write it down. It is a legal immunity. Parliamentary privilege is a legal immunity which is, write it down, it is enjoyed by members of certain legislatures, ठीक है, in which legislators are granted protection against civil or criminal liability, okay, for their actions done or for their statements made in the course of their legislative duties. अपने लेजिस्लेटिव ड्यूटीज को निभाते वक्त जब कोई वो ऐसा एक्शन कर देते हैं या कोई ऐसे स्टेटमेंट पास कर देते हैं कि उनके ऊपर कोई सिविल या क्रिमिनल लाइबिलिटी बने, वो उससे प्रोटेक्टेड रहते हैं पार्लियामेंट्री प्रिविलेज के द्वारा. इट इज गिवन ओनली टू द मेंबर्स ऑफ द लेजिस्लेचर. ओके. नो एक्शन कैन बी टेकन अगेंस्ट अ मेंबर फॉर व्हाटएवर द मेंबर मे हैव सेड ड्यूरिंग इट्स legislative duty. That is known as parliamentary privilege. And the presiding officer of legislature has final powers in deciding matters of breach of privilege. अगर किसी ने privilege को भी तोड़ा है, breach किया है, तो उस केस में कौन डिसाइड करेगा ये बात? presiding officer of that legislature. जो भी स्पीकर होगा वहां का या जो भी हेड होगा उस सदन का, वो डिसाइड करेगा. Okay, why? To basically make sure that the legislature is representing people's desires and objectives and wills in a justiciable manner. Now there are different instruments through which parliament controls the executive. मैंने बताया था ना parliament executive को control करता है. There are different ways through which legislature does this. First is deliberation and discussion. Now we see in deliberation and discussion, हमने देखा है there are question hour in the house, in the newspaper daily we read this. Question hours हुए, winter session हुआ, ठीक है. Then there are 0 hours which are conducted in the parliament. Okay. Now question hour is held every day. हर दिन ये question hour conduct किया जाता है during the sessions of the parliament, wherein the ministers have to respond to questions raised by the members. सदन के जो members हैं वो जो भी question raise करें ministers को answer करना होता है. Then 0 hours. Here the members are free to raise any matter. Here the members are free to raise any matter, okay, that they think is important. that they think is important. That is the 0R. Okay. Now here the ministers are not bound to reply. यहाँ जरूरी नहीं है कि ministers हर question का answer दें, but here the ministers are bound to reply. यहाँ पर ministers के आगे members कोई भी question डालेंगे उनको उसका answer देना पड़ेगा. Are bound to reply, but in 0R जरूरी नहीं है हर question का answer दिया जाए. ठीक है? Point clear? So here there is an half an hour discussion on matters of public importance. Then there is adjournment motion also. This is all given in your M. Lakshmikant की book. Okay, adjournment motion भी पास किया जाता है यहाँ पर. ठीक है, these are some of the instruments of exercising control over the by the parliament over the executive. Now the question here is, what is adjournment motion? ये adjournment motion होता क्या है? Adjournment motion is introduced in Lok Sabha to draw the attention of the House to a urgent matter of public importance. कोई बहुत ही अर्जेंट मैटर है ना पब्लिक इंपॉर्टेंस का, वहां लोकसभा के मेंबर्स का अटेंशन लाने के लिए एडजर्नमेंट मोशन पास किया जाता है. ओके, पॉइंट क्लियर? देन सेकंड ऑप्शन इज अप्रूवल और रिफ्यूजल ऑफ लॉज. दिस इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. नाउ हियर व्हेन वी लुक एट द क्वेश्चन आर ना, प्लीज राइट इट डाउन. इट इज द मोस्ट इफेक्टिव मेथड ऑफ व्हाट? टू कीप विजिल ऑन द एग्जीक्यूटिव. एग्जीक्यूटिव पे नजर रखने का सबसे इफेक्टिव मेथड होता है आपका क्वेश्चन आर. ऑलराइट, ये पॉइंट आपको याद रखना है यहाँ. नाउ नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट इज ओवर हियर अप्रूवल एंड रिफ्यूजल ऑफ लॉज. नाउ रिमेंबर दैट, राइट इट डाउन, अ बिल कैन बिकम अ लॉ ओनली विद द अप्रूवल ऑफ पार्लियामेंट. पार्लियामेंट की अप्रूवल नहीं होगी तो बिल लॉ नहीं बन सकता. दैट इज द सेकंड इंपॉर्टेंट इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ पार्लियामेंट्री कंट्रोल. द थर्ड इंपॉर्टेंट इंस्ट्रूमेंट इज फाइनेंशियल कंट्रोल. So we know that financial resources to implement the programs of government, they are granted through the budget only. ठीक है? And the budget approval or the constitutional obligation of the budget is of the government only. The presentation of budget happens in the parliament. The approval of budget happens in the parliament. So this obligation allows the legislature to exercise control over the government, over the executive. Now, फोर्थ इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट हो जाता है आपका नो कॉन्फिडेंस मोशन. वेरी पावरफुल वेपन, लिख लो इसको. इट्स अ वेरी पावरफुल वेपन, बहुत शक्तिशाली वेपन है. इट इनेबल्स, राइट इट डाउन, इट इनेबल्स द पार्लियामेंट टू इंश्योर एग्जीक्यूटिव अकाउंटेबिलिटी. To ensure executive accountability. Okay, executive की accountability towards legislature and towards the people of the country. It is ensured through no confidence motion as long as the government has the support of its party or coalition of parties that have majority in the Lok Sabha. The power of the House to dismiss the government is fictional rather than real. अगर कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं होगा गवर्नमेंट का और उसको प्रूफ नहीं कर पाएंगे वो पार्लियामेंट में, तो क्या होगा? तो गवर्नमेंट आपकी डिसॉल्व हो जाएगी. और अगर एग्जीक्यूटिव या गवर्नमेंट ढंग से परफॉर्म नहीं कर रहा है, अपने पार्टी मेंबर्स को खुश नहीं कर रहा है, या किसी ऐसी तरीके की प्लान्स, पॉलिसी, स्ट्रेटजीज पास कर रहा है जो कि लोगों के हित के लिए नहीं है सही, तो उनको हम पावर से हटा भी सकते हैं. ऐसा कई बार हुआ भी है पास्ट में. So Parliament can effectively control the executive and ensure a more responsive government. Okay, through all these instruments. Now the next question is, what do the committees of Parliament do? ये जो committees बनाई जाती है Parliament के द्वारा, इनका function क्या है? The basic function is to reduce the load of Parliament. We know that Parliament meets only during the sessions, winter session, summer session. ये जो sessions होते हैं उसी के दौरान Parliament की बैठक होती है. And it has a very limited time to discuss so many things. So the making of law, for example, it requires in-depth study of the issue under consideration. For whatever issue the law has been, discussed, or it is being processed or drafted, there has to be a detailed discussion on it, and this demands more attention, more time. So there are other important functions also, like studying of demand for grants, by various ministries, looking into expenditure which are incurred by different departments. So all of this function requires a lot amount of time. And we have so many things to go, do in this particular nation. Plus globally also we have so much things to, complete. So that is why committees are formed. It is a very important feature of a legislative process to appoint committees, because they, basically reduce the time burden and, efforts of parliament in day-to-day business of the house. Since 1983 now, there were standing parliamentary committees which have been established, which supervise the works of various departments in our ministries. And then we have joint parliamentary committees. For example, if a bill, is not is being disapproved or disagreed upon by both the houses, then it is referred to the joint parliamentary committees, which discusses the bill, discusses the pros and cons of the bills. Joint parliamentary committees also investigates into the financial irregularities of different ministries. And the members of joint parliamentary committees are, और the standing parliamentary committee also, ये जो committees बनाई जाती है ना, इनके members are selected from both the houses of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay, so the committee system has reduced the burden on the parliament. Many important bills have been referred to the committees. The parliament just has to approve the work done by the committees with few alterations. Okay, so remember this, that पार्लियामेंट का जो आधा लोड, आधा काम, आधा बर्डन है ना, वो कमिटीज ही यहाँ पर पूरा कर देती हैं. Okay, now the next question is, how does the parliament then regulates itself? Parliament अपने आप को regulate कैसे करता है? देखो, there is a very important point that in the beginning of the lecture we studied, that parliament, please write it down also, parliament is also known as a debating forum. Parliament को एक debating platform या debating forum भी माना जाता है. It is through debates only that the parliament performs all its important functions. Debates means discussions, and those discussions are meaningful. Both the sides, they discuss both the pros and cons and the issues involved in the laws and the bills. So the constitution, basically has made sure that parliament, conducts these discussions and debates in order to smoothly function. The presiding officer of the legislature, please write it down, यहाँ पर आप ये भी लिख लो, that the presiding officer of the legislature is the final authority in methods, in matters of regulating the business of the legislature. जो भी लेजिस्लेचर का काम हो रहा है, बिजनेस हो रहा है, उस केस में फाइनल अथॉरिटी कौन होती है? प्रिसाइडिंग ऑफिसर होती है. Now there is one more way in which presiding officers can control the behavior of the member of parliament. You must have heard about the anti-defection law. अभी recently it was in news because of the Maharashtra case. Eknath Shinde ji की जो पार्टी बन गई है, and Eknath Shinde ji became the CM. In that case, the anti-defection law was in news. Most of the members of the legislatures are elected on the ticket of some political party only. शिव सेना से थे हमारे एकनाथ शिंदे जी. What would happen if those members decide to leave the party after getting elected? After building a brand name for themselves, they decide to leave the party. So for many years after independence, this was the issue which was unresolved. कि भैया ऐसा क्या करें, ऐसे तो पार्टी बिखर जाएगी. Finally, there was an agreement among the parties that a legislator, write it down. So in this case, the legislator who is elected on one party's ticket must be restricted or stopped from defecting to another party. So that is why the anti-defection amendment was made through the 52nd Amendment Act in 1985. Later on, it was modified by the 91st Amendment Act also. And in this case, the presiding officer of the house has the authority to take final decisions. Okay, point clear हो गया? So this is how parliament controls its own members. इस तरीके से parliament अपने खुद के members को भी control करता है, अपने खुद को भी regulate करता है. This is how parliament regulates itself. Okay, point clear? यहाँ तक point clear हो गया? तो this is all about the legislature. ये हमने पढ़ा आज legislature के बारे में. This is your homework question today. Question number 1. Lok Sabha is a platform for the expression of popular sentiments and people's expectations. Explain your views on this statement. I told you that Lok Sabha mein and State Legislative Assembly mein we have direct elections. That means you are going to elect your representatives who are going to sit in Lok Sabha. And we have discussed the powers of Lok Sabha. So how the members of Lok Sabha are representing your sentiments, your expectations, that you have to explain. आपके खुद के views आपको इस पे मुझे explain करने हैं. Second question, what do the committees of parliament do? Parliament की committees क्या करती हैं? So we have here discussed that also in detail. वो भी हमने detail में discuss किया है. Third question, how does parliament regulate itself? Just now we have discussed किस तरीके से parliament खुद को regulate करता है, ये भी हमने पढ़ा है. How does parliament regulates itself? खुद को कैसे regulate करती है? That means how does it regulate its own members? And fourth question is very easy. Highlight the difference between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. 10 marks means 2 pages का आपका आंसर, not more than 2 pages. It can be less than 2 pages also, but not more than 2 pages. 5 marks means not more than 1 page. Okay? So 35 marks का ये homework है, इसको जरूर solve कीजिएगा आज.